Hello, everybody. Get ready because we're about to take it to the mic stand. Here we go. Anyways, okay. So on tonight's episode, got a few stories. I got like I think two or three anime stories, and two or three anime stories, and um, and a comic story. Just give me one moment. Yeah. Sure. Oh, the Action Toys channel. Hello, Action Toys channel. How you doing tonight? Okay. Thank you for coming in. And hey, just got and we got anonymity here too as well. Thanks, guys, for all coming in. Um, Here we go. So, I said we got a few things to talk about tonight, including the new YouTube channel, Anime Log. Also, let's see, among other things, some little dust up in the Magic the Gathering community, as well as some news, a new release from IDW Publishing, and then I'm also going to talk a little bit about Toonami, the DC fandom, and the movies that they showed this past Saturday night, Batman Year One and Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part One. So let's see. Let's see. I'm getting by. Thanks for asking. No problem. Glad you're here. This is the first time I've actually had people here at the start, so I'm maybe a little shell shocked, but anyways, here we go. So let's get right into it then. Let's get right into the first story of the night. Oh yeah. So anyways, let's see now. There we go. And here's the first story of the night. We're going to be looking at Japanese studios team up to launch free anime streaming YouTube channel, Anime Log. Now, mind you, I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about. I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about Kiss Anime. Um, I have my own views on it. A lot of people have differing views. I'm not really going to talk too much about it. The only thing I will say about Kiss Anime, is that, and I will leave this for you guys to ponder yourselves to think about. All is not as it appears to be. So just keep that in mind and just ponder that a while, and you may be able to figure out what I mean by that. Okay. So, but anyways, so here we go. Here we go with the first story here. See if you guys have. Okay. Let's see now. Oh, we just sounds good tonight. Mm-hmm. And hell yeah. Okay, so here we go with the first story here. Japanese studios team up to launch free anime streaming YouTube channel Anime Log. Um, 30 Japanese animation studios have joined forces in order to launch Anime Log. There will be a new YouTube This will be a new YouTube channel that will allow users to stream various anime titles free of charge. On August 6th, the first tweet from the official Anime Log Twitter account announced the creation of the Cross Rights Animation YouTube channel Anime Log. Now, I was also watching some of the coverage of some of the other guys like Yellow Flash and Hiro Hey, and like among some of the studios over there. Well, Toei just recently came on board with it. They were one of the more recent ones, along with Shogakukan Shueisha. So, with that, so here's the translated version of the tweet. Today we launched the Cross Rights Animation YouTube channel Anime Log. I am unfamiliar, but I will also start a Twitter account. So thank you. Cross Rights, I guess, just means different companies are involved in it. According to the official channel description, Anime Log will distribute series officially licensed from over 30 companies, hence um, the cross thing. What was the term they used? Cross rights. Hence the cross rights term. With the aim to carefully select and deliver family animations and nostalgic masterpiece animations. The channel currently holds licenses for content produced by Shine Animation, responsible for doing the Doraemon and Doraemon and Crayon Shinchan, Tezuka Productions, Astro Boy and Blackjack, and Nippon Animation, Hunter x Hunter, Anne of Green Gables. Going forward, Anime Log will also host series from studios including Kodansha, known for, of course, Akira and Ghost in the Shell, Shogakukan Shueisha Productions, Gates Clothes and Pokemon, Toei Animation with Dragon Ball and One Piece. And you can see right there, it looks like that you're seeing Master Roshi's back to us as he's watching I guess a video of a girl getting undressed. Um, Anime Log states that it will also be free of censorship. The channel notes some of the works may be expressively inappropriate. The channel also intends to respect the historical background of the work when it was announced, the historical value of the work, and have no discriminatory intention at all. So we are delivering it as it was. So what that statement comes from, of course, is from the fact that when we've talked about it, like a lot of this is coming from the situation with Funimation, where we found out over the last 2 or 3 years here they've been really editing scripts in such a way to push agendas. They've been editing animes to where it's not being presented as it's supposed to be. And many people have talked about this, including Hiro Hey and Yellow Flash and stuff. This has been a big issue. In fact, I think one of the things Yellow Flash is pointing out on one of his videos today and talking about this was with Toei's involved. Actually, it may have been more Hiro Hey, but with Toei's involvement here, it may be the big, flipping the big bird to Funimation because of this. Series currently available for streaming include the classics Blackjack, Future Boy Conan, and Lucy of the Southern Rainbow. By 2022, the channel does hope to have 3,000 separate titles up for users to enjoy. The channel's uploads are currently region restricted and available only to Japanese viewers. Though the channel does plan to provide English and Chinese language subtitled content in the future. Um, the announcement of Anime Log's creation is welcome news for fans, many of which either live in areas where a series is not legally available or refuse to support the business practices of the Western anime industry. The shutdown of popular pirate anime streaming site Kiss Anime has left some anime fans worried about accessing their favorite series. What do you think of the birth of Anime Log? Does it really have a future on YouTube with its own history of censorship? Well, does anybody want to comment on that? Hmm. Like they're already running under a new name. Like they're already running under a new name. I know there are still other sites. Um, yeah, actually, yeah, in that, and again, I don't want to go into too many details or specifics or anything, anonymity. But I know Lost Paws Noble also talked a bit about this. There are actually lots and lots of sites out there like KA. So um, yeah, so I didn't necessarily want to sit here and say too much about it. I don't want to. Let's just say I don't want to stoke the fire and get put a bee in their bonnet, as it were. I actually have Doraemon uh, for a kake. I think it'll do good. The censorship comes from Western sources mostly. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because again, they talked a lot about this. Like Hirohei, I know covered this quite a bit last year. You know, towards the latter half of the year, how it was starting to come out that like Funimation was really editing a lot of the properties that they were licensing, and it was not making a lot of people happy. They were like really editing it and really pushing a lot of the more woke agenda stuff. Excuse me one moment. I think I'm going to turn on my light here. You know, I know one of the biggest ones we talked about was Dragon. You know, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. That one apparently got quite a bit. And in fact, there was that one very infamous dub line in there about that was I guess, delivered by Junior Murky about the the patriarchy. Yeah. So let's see what else. Yeah, we already saw that. Furikake is rice seasoning. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Oh yeah. So yeah, basically, you know, now Now, one of the things that Yellow Flash had said too is one of the ways that the Japanese companies at least offset quote unquote pirating is through merchandise sales, and now maybe putting an access to free streaming on YouTube will they believe they'll um, do that as well. So um, yeah. Oh, we have a fourth person in here. Hello, fourth person. How are you doing? We have four people in here now. Well, fourth person, welcome. Um, let's see. So that's basically all for that article. So we'll move on to the next one then. I was going to cover here. This one, this one touches upon anime gaming community, more specifically, of course, No Game, No Life, and Magic the Gathering. Um, oh my. Hey, Toy Man, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I just got finished talking about anime log. So you know, basically, I'm not gonna say a whole lot about the whole Kiss anime situation. The only thing I will say, as I said earlier, is that all is not, and I'll leave this. And we have a fifth person in here. Hello, fifth person. Anyways, and I'll leave you guys with this in regards to Kiss anime, and I'll leave this for you guys to ponder yourselves. Okay, all is not as it appears to be. Okay, I'll leave that to you guys to think about and ponder what I might actually mean by it. So, you guys can also talk amongst yourselves if you want about it. I just don't want to stoke any fires. That's the only thing why I don't want to say a whole lot about it. I'm curious. I'm caught up with that topic. Somebody's got their dog outside. Oh. No Game, No Life was an amazing anime. It really deserves a season two. Well, yeah. Well, this isn't as much about the. This isn't as much about, in this particular case, action. This isn't exactly as much about the anime itself, but just some storms, in regards to a certain connection to Magic the Gathering. Pop up. Yep, pop up. So here we go then. So here's the headline. Ultra Pro removes No Game No Life playmat from online store following complaints. Okay. Ultra Pro has removed a playmat which, now I'm guessing Ultra Pro is some kind of, okay. Actually, I think they do actually mention what they are here, but anyways, Ultra Pro has removed a playmat which features No Game No Life characters from their online store after the popular trading card supply retailer received numerous complaints about the product from members of the Magic the Gathering community. And prepare yourself, guys, because you're gonna get quite an earful of this when as I read this. Um, on August 14th, the playmat in question was brought to public attention by popular Magic the Gathering YouTuber Tolarian Community College, who noted that he did not like that the company that sells officially licensed Magic the Gathering accessories also makes and sells playmats that depict a girl who is expressly stated as being 11 years old in this way. Sound familiar? And I'll show you guys what that means in a moment here. The one saying old ass magic cards are racist, wizards of the coast and deep anymore. Yeah, well, I mean, in this particular case, though, I think they may somewhat have a point when you see the picture. Stream content warning for this link. Now, again, normally, of course, I don't usually. Wait. Uh, okay. Now, normally I don't show pictures, but I think to get the. Oh wait. Okay, we can't click that from here. So, I think there was one of the things on here that did say. Anyways. Um. Okay. Oh. Okay. Here it is. The mat featured official promotional artwork from the series anime adaptation of Steph and Shiro in suggestive clothing and poses with Shiro herself nude um, from the waist up. You can see the mat here. Okay, so this is a link to. Now I just wanted to show you guys this just so you know what they're talking about. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to. Hold on, I'm gonna show you this real quickly, just so just so you guys know what they're talking about here. So this is the placemat in question I'm taking. Um, and I'm not KKK one. I'm just showing this just to show you guys what they're talking about here. Okay. So and I'm just gonna give you a sec and then now I just X'd it out. So okay. So anyways, I'll get the other page back up. Okay, so now that's back up. Let's see. So going along with the story here, the disgust expressed by Tolanian Community College was soon echoed by other members of the Magic the Gathering community, many of whom took offense to the mere existence of the playmat. User, I'm not even going to read all that, you guys can read it, stated that it even existing, I have an issue with, to be honest. I guess his Twitter handle is Wag Mouse. Ew, on a playmat? Ugh. It even exists, Um, Another player by the handle of at Josu expressed his disbelief that others could enjoy the style of artwork and suggested that there was something wrong with those who thought this is okay in public, let alone private. Um, well, in private, though, that's just it. If they were enjoying this artwork in private, it's none of your business, anyways, whether or not they enjoy it. So, you know, um, at Robert Stevens, a Magic the Gathering player, stated he would pack up my cards if someone would be using a playmat like this against me. While suggestive lolly imagery causes widespread offense, it appears that sexually charged images of furry characters are acceptable, as user Ioko Yamato declared that as someone who has a custom playmat that is fantasy setting beefcake image of my persona, I'm sometimes bashful about using it in public. I feel absolutely chaste using it in light of this degeneracy. Everybody has their own perversions, right? They don't seem to have an issue with fur, with fur perversion, bestiality, or zoophilia, but you know, but with lollies, it's a different story altogether. It would seem. Other fans took their outrage and disgust one step further and began to propose that any projects featuring suggestive, or in some cases, any anime-related imagery should be banned from use or incur tournament penalties. You know, ban anime playmats, declared user Call Amazonian, Amy the Amazonian. Uh, Butterball Moo stated that if they saw someone come into my LGS and unroll one of these, it'd be on site. Um, they did not specify whether the action taken would be mat confiscation, verbal chastising, or physical violence. Well, honestly, I don't think he would actually have legal grounds for to confiscate the mat if the mat was the person's property. Maybe and physical violence would be illegal as well. So I think it would have to be verbal chastising, but he probably I don't think he could actually sit there and actually physically confiscate somebody's property like that. I don't think he'd have the authority. If he owns a store, he could probably tell them to put it away or leave the store, but he can't confiscate it. One solution put forth was to ban mats not depicting abstract shapes, landscapes, and architecture, just to be on the safe side. Mm-hmm. As the outrage surrounding the mat began to build, Magic the Gathering artist Jeff Miracola stated that they need to remove that crap, and informed fans that he had just emailed my contacts at Ultra Pro to make them aware of this playmat. And well, you would imagine though that they were probably already aware of it. After all, they released it. Ultimately, the playmat was removed from Ultra Pro store with links to the page now, providing visitors with a 404 error. All right, now I did show the play. Wow, 6 people. Woohoo! 6 people. Thank you. Nice to have you all here. Let's see. We got some chats here, so let's go through them. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Okay. Probably. Oh my. Yeah, I put the picture of the placemat up just so just so you guys would have be aware of what they were talking about. The Action Toys channel. Laugh out loud live. I've seen worse placemats. If you don't mind answering this, in regards to what, in terms of suggestivity, or just overall, they're just overall worse for certain reasons. People need to get their spines back, agree anonymity. So that's what furry cocky is. Ha 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 ha. Um, Laugh out loud. Try to take someone's stuff. Yeah. They wouldn't do anything. These SJW virtue signalers um, are mainly online toughies. If they ban people from bringing any mats, then they need to supply their own. Yeah, well, I mean that would probably make a lot of sense. They play mat, SJWs fight for nothing. You can buy custom play mats from eBay and they will put any image you want on them. Yeah, I mean, well, here's what I'm wondering, because of course I haven't actually watched No Game No Life yet. I probably will at some point. I don't know much about No Game No Life. I don't know, and I'm not really big into really card games. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. Okay, so I don't know how much interplay there is between the Magic the Gathering community and the No Game No Life anime community. First off, do they even have? Are there a lot of? Is there a lot of crossover there to begin with? Okay, I mean, who is really the bigger part? It the main Magic the Gathering crowd that is the big part of it, or is it or are there a lot of No Game No Life um, fans who would have no problem with that playmat? That just That'd just be what I'd be wondering. I haven't seen it either, but I hear good things. Yeah, there's a lot of animes that I've heard that I'm a retired Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not alone. Uh, mm, yeah. So the thing there with that, I would say, is just I mean, I guess on some level I could understand why people would be complaining about it, especially if in this case the character is stated as being 11 years old, but it's kind of over the top a bit, you know. But then again, SJWs are always over the top, so um, yeah. Let's see what else is. Right, let's see. Okay, this one right here. Oh. Okay, so that's it for that story then. That's it for that story. So now go on to the next story I'm going to cover here, which is this one: IDW Publishing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja. So, new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series announced starring female turtle Janika. That'll be the next story I cover here. But anyways, looks like we lost a couple people, unfortunately. Kind of sad for that, but anyway. Okay. IDW Publishing announced a brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series starring Janika. Janika was first introduced to IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series as a human female in the pages of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 51. Although her identity was not revealed till issue 52, she was a Foot Clan loyalist and rejected Splinter's leadership of the organization following Shredder's death. In fact, she even attempted to defeat Splinter in one-on-one combat, but would end up losing. After being defeated by Splinter, she would eventually become one of his Shunin and an ally to the Turtles, even becoming a love interest for Casey Jones. There's a panel there of that. Um, she would eventually be transformed into the yellow-clad turtle after she was fatally wounded by Karai. The turtles attempt to heal her with the same ooze that created them. Um, that attempt would fail due to the intervention of Metalhead, who ambushes the turtles and destroys their ooze supply. Here are some more. There are some more panels. Their next plan is very much like the origin of She-Hulk. Leonardo gives a blood transfusion to Janika. The transfusion works, but transforms Janika into a turtle. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying thus far on all this. You guys are saying much as. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Laugh out loud, everyone getting pissed over people who don't really exist. It's no different than people make fan art depicting same sex relationship. That art just isn't that good. Okay. Um, Laugh Out Loud reminds me of the original live action TV series, First Female Ninja Turtle. GTFO, Casey and April. Yeah, I'd be wondering about that too. Never got to see the live action. Truth. And is he adding? Action Toys channel, I don't know. It looks basic. Caught up there. So let's see. Janika would receive her first spin-off miniseries, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Janika, or Janika, however you pronounce it, in November 2019 from writer and artist Bram Revel. That series saw Janika attempting to acclimate to her new life as a mutant. Revel returns for this second 6-issue miniseries, where Janika will end up in the dangerous underworld of Mutant Town. There, she will discover that mutants are turning into monsters and fear is widespread. In a press release, IDW explains the new story thrusts her into the dangerous underworld of Mutant Town, where mutants are turning into monsters and fear spreads rampant. There's conspiracy afoot, and only Janika can navigate deepening divides of her new home, to root out an evil conspiracy. Revel teases what to expect for this new miniseries, saying a lot has happened in the real world since the previous miniseries. We now all know what it's like to have our movement restricted, and how desperate things can get when food gets short and when jobs disappear. The average person now has a much better idea of what life is like for Janika and the other mutants in Mutant Town. He adds, "Who knows? Maybe reading what our cast will go through in Janika 2 will help prepare you for 2021." Group editor Buddy Curnow adds his own thoughts. "The world has been transformed in our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics and is full of new characters and dangers." He continues, "Given her background, Janika is a character who is able to understand both the mutant and human worlds. So her perspective will be central to a story that explores the growing friction between communities, um, and more creators will introduce even more perspectives in the second story arc. The new miniseries titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Janika 2 will feature three different covers. The first cover will be by Rebel, the second by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle creator Kevin Eastman, and the third will be a retailer incentive edition by Natasha Bustos. The first series first issued shipped 21,317 copies, according to Comic-Con. By the second issue, shipments were down to 12,326. Comic-Con has not reported numbers past the second issue, which debuted in March 2020. The first issue of the miniseries is expected to debut sometime in November. There you go. There. Let's see. Okay. Maybe like Jennifer, but instead of fur, it's Jenica. Jenica. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Oh God, the almighty female. Uh, yeah, interesting. Huh? So I guess it looks like Anonymity, you and the Action Toy Channel are the guys who decided to stick around. Thank you guys for sticking around. Those are the three main stories. One of the other things I wanted to talk about too, though, a bit here. Did you guys watch the Batman movies over the weekend on Toonami? Batman Year One and Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part One. Did you guys watch those movies over the weekend? No worries. I don't have cable anymore. Oh, sorry to hear that. I mean, I have some interesting notes from watching those movies. Batman Year One looked pretty good. Animation was really well done. It's kind of funny, even though now, granted, both of these are based on stories. DC Batman Year One, I think, was based on the miniseries right after Crisis on Infinite Earths. Um, but in this case, the animated movie from this past weekend that I watched, Batman Year One. They seem to focus more on Gordon than Batman. Um, you know, so that was one of the interesting. And you got probably one of the first animated scenes with Holly Robinson, who was not the actress Holly Robinson. That's not who I'm talking about. Not Holly Robinson Pete. There's a character in DC Comics named Holly Robinson who was basically a ward of Selena Kyle. So Selena Kyle took her in basically. Um, so yeah, the movie focused more on well, Lieutenant James Gordon, not he wasn't commissioner yet. Still during the time of Commissioner Gillian Loeb. So let's see what's all been said thus far. Are they? Yeah, I believe they are the animated DC ones. I did just watch Apocalypse War. Okay. Um, laugh out loud. Those like something I've downloaded. Hmm. Yeah. Well, it's possible. I know they're out there. Now, now for the Batman Dark Knight Returns Part One. Ay 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 ay. Simp Central, SJW Central. Oh man, you guys would not believe this. This Dark Knight Returns Part One is definitely SJW Central. It's like, uh, oh my god, that's just all I got. I mean, the animation is pretty good. It's got gritty animation and all that. Of course, the Dark Knight Returns is the one where an older Batman is, after Jason Todd, I guess in another portion of the multiverse, it's after Jason Todd's death. He's older, he had retired, and then came back and hello, fourth person. We see a fourth person is back. Hello. Mhm. Yeah, so anyways. So yeah, but for the most year one was good, you know. Um the Dark Knight Returns Part One was okay. It was just a little, it was just you had some SJW aspects going on. It's like um, basically pushing the idea of um, criminals feel well. One of the ideas that was pushed by one of the doctors in it, of course, was that Batman ends up creating his own enemies. So yeah, but if you guys have a chance, you guys should probably check them out if you haven't seen them yet. Particularly year one, Batman Year One. That one was, I think, real good. And then this Saturday night, they're going to show Batman Gotham Knights and Batman The Dark Knight Returns Part Two. These animated movies that they're doing from this past weekend and this weekend are part of, I guess, the DC fandom event going on. So they preempted the normal schedule to show these movies as part of that. So you guys might want to check that out. Um, yeah, so let's see. Yeah, 49 minutes. So, wow, we're not even up on an hour yet, and I've already gone through some stuff. Ah, okay. I'll eventually watch them. I just started the X-Men anime. Huh. Mm. Okay, so let's see. Actually, we can probably do that for now. So how are you guys doing tonight? Chill a few minutes here. Um, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So I got through those stories pretty quickly too. But yeah. So the thing with the anime log, um, also the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, the story about the placemats. Yeah, again, just getting a little over, just taking that a little overboard. But yeah. Let's see, what else can we talk about then? All right. Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get without an ankle brace. The first, trying to get what without an ankle brace? Action Toys channel. Get around. What, did you hurt your ankle or something like that? Uh, Lavada, yeah, trying to get around. Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, but as I said, um, you guys can ponder for yourself about Kiss Anime just with what I said there. And Anonymity, I think you kind of saw through what I was saying there. The only thing is, I don't. Everybody has their own views on these sites, whether or not it's really is pirating or not. Don't want to get Didn't want to get too into it because I don't want to inadvertently light any fires under anybody's behinds, if you know what I mean. So that thing that thing is, like that Uzaki-chan redraw design or whatever that Hirohei showed us on his channel there, Action Toys channel. Um, yeah, so yeah, as long as my anime lets me escape and doesn't preach to me, I'm all good. I think that's a sentiment that's shared by a lot of people. You know, it's kind of funny because how a lot of these SJWs are really screeching about some of this stuff. I'll be quite honest with you guys. I really like harem anime. I like harem anime. Now, it's not about for me. It's not even really about the about. It's not even really about the fan service or any of that. It's how they interrelate to each other. It's like what 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 guy wouldn't want to have the attention of 3 to 5 girls? What girl wouldn't want the attention of 3 to 5 guys? There's also certain comedic elements in it, like the constant running gag of the the particularly in the more traditional female harem animes of the guy walking in on the girls in the bath. So um But yeah, don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm and of course everybody loves good action anime. You know. All right then. I didn't go as long. I probably could have done more commentary on those news stories tonight. I just kind of zapped right through them because I was excited that people actually showed up on time tonight. And I thank you guys again for showing up and being here and participating. I really appreciate it. So, with not much else to talk about, I'm gonna now get to the last segment of the show, the This Day in Niche History. Now, of course, anonymity knows what this is, and for those of you who don't, this day in each history is when I go through and I look back on this day in each history. Basically, today being August 17th. So what's happened on this date in like anime, comics, cartoons, pro wrestling, manga. Yay! Yay! Oh, Batgoat's here. Just in time, Batgoat. Granted, you missed. I don't know how many of the stories you got that we were talking about, but you got here just in time for the this day in Nietzsche history. Thank you for being here, my friend. So let's get to it then. So let me just. Okay, 2015. There's like 3 bits of news items tonight. Woohoo! Hey, hey, Sergeant. Yeah, let's. Hey, hey, Sergeant. Let's see. And then, ooh, and hey, Anon. Okay, so let's again. Let me get to that. Okay, so all right. Right, action. So has anyone ever got invited to a D&D game and then got uninvited when you've made a hentai-based character, or is that just me? Well, I've never been invited to one at all, so I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell you that Action Toy channel. But anyways, let's get to okay. So first off, on this date in Nietzsche history, on this date 30 years ago in 1990, Pearl Bailey, American actress and singer Pearl Bailey, who provided the voice of Mrs. Elephant in Tubby the Tuba and Big Mama in The Fox and the Hound. These are older animated movies. I know The Fox and the Hound, I believe, was a Disney movie, in fact. She passed away at the age of 72 on this date in 1990, 30 years ago. So let's see. Tubby the Tuba was a 1947 animated short film. Um, at a time when they were doing more short films, of course. Um, and then, of course, you guys know what Fox and the Hound was. That was a that was a well, some of you that was a hey Dave. Oh, Dave Marks is here. Hello, Dave. Hey, Mike. Finally catching a stream. How do you do? Yeah. Sorry you got in a little late. You missed the majority of the main stories I was covering. Um, but I'm doing the This Day in Each History segment right now. I talked about Anime Log earlier. Went through that article. Also went through an article about kind of a cross section of Magic the Gathering community and No Game No Life community. There, I guess there's a big uproar over a playmat that was being used. Um, it was eventually removed, and then I also did a story about IDW coming out with a second mini series issue called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica 2. So you should have started that line long ago before the oceans drank um, Atlantis Bat Goat. Hmm. Hey, Dave. And then Bat Goat at the Action Toys channel. Car Wars. I was in junior high when that came out. Laugh out loud, old school. I recall your name in Ricada Stream's Bat Goat. Car Wars. I meant to say, oops. And then anti-anime folks are always mad about something. Well, yeah. I don't know too much about the Magic the Gathering community. Very old school. Yeah, on the Pearl Bailey tidbit there. Um, so moving on to the next story, then next this day in each history. Um, here we go. On this date in Nietzsche in 2015, from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the WWE would host Monday Night Raw on this date 5 years, 5 years ago. This was the Monday Night Raw heading into SummerSlam. See what you guys are saying here. Okay. Oh, so I'd already caught all that. So, as I was saying, on this date in 2015, WWE Monday Night Raw hosted its event from the Target Center. This was the Raw right before SummerSlam 2015. In the main event, you saw Sasha Banks defeating Nikki Bella by submission. Saw the primetime play among some of the other matches on the card, an 8-man tag match. You saw the primetime players and Lucha Dragons defeating Los Matadores and the New Day. Ryback would beat The Miz in 3 minutes 22 seconds. Rusev would beat Mark Henry via submission. Another Divas match, Divas match. See Becky Lynch defeating Tamina in a battle between the Shield and the Wyatt family. Roman Reigns would beat Luke Harper, and then Randy Orton Cesaro would defeat Sheamus and Kevin Owens. So those were the matches from back then on this date in 2015. So yeah, so now one last bit of this day in each history, which happened 4 years ago on this date. Whoa. Okay. I guess I kind of did something there. Oh, that's what I did. Oh boy. Okay, I went to the wrong screen there. Oh boy. I'm enjoying Mike's stream. Well, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So how did I end up doing that? So, anyways. Okay. Here we go. This is what I was trying to grab. I don't know what happened. If maybe I somehow caught a portion of the stream there or what have you, but ah, still trying to figure some of this stuff out. um, let's see. 7 likes. So I guess 6 technically, but all right. Okay, so what do we have here? There you go. Yep, I get it. Okay, so on this date 4 years ago in 2016, DC Comics released uh Volume 8 of Aquaman, the fifth issue of Volume 8 of Aquaman. This was part of the DC Universe Rebirth branding that was, I guess, right after Final Crisis. The story in this one was executive sanction, a 20-page floppy, as I guess Yellow Flash had called them. Brian Cunningham, the editor, Dan Abnett, the writer, the artist, Felipe Bionis. So on this date 4 years ago, the fifth issue of the eighth volume of Aquaman, part of it was released on the newsstands as part of the as part of the DC Universe Rebirth branding. I believe this was following the events of Final Crisis and all that. All right, so how did you guys like the stream tonight? I know maybe I seemed a little off, you know, maybe a little bit late last night, unfortunately. So maybe catching up to me a little bit. But how have you guys like the stream tonight? Always, okay. I got here late, but it's all good. Yeah, always love them. Learned a couple of things. That's always good. Yeah, well, if you guys read my description for my streams, you know, prior to all the other stuff, like if you like this content and all that part of it. Um, One thing I do is I do like a nightly news report on niche topics, anime, cartoons, comics, manga. I usually give tonight. Maybe I didn't give as much commentary as I normally do. I just kind of just breeze through them. Um, Again, part of it was I didn't really want to go into too much detail on the whole Kiss anime thing. Um, but there were some good stories there. And I always look forward to passing that information on to you guys. Stuff to check out. I know Anonymity, you visited my. You actually, I guess, came in and checked out my latest VA profile. You guys might want to check those out too. Learn more about the works of some of the VAs out there. Um, let's see what you guys have said since I last highlighted your comments. Okay. Early 90s cartoon was really good, but didn't catch on. Was oh an early 90s cartoon that was really good that didn't catch on was Skeleton Warriors. Hmm. Good crowd tonight too. Yep, I'm glad for that. I hope you guys will come back. Um, I always look forward to always look forward to. And if you guys can start getting here, like some like anonymity and Woody did tonight, and some of the guys who got here early and stuff, guys, maybe I will wait around before starting the starting on the stories. I've been going straight into the stories a lot of the time because usually people weren't here and I didn't want to just have dead air. So, but if you guys can start getting here, like when I get started at 7, I'll give it a few minutes. We can maybe chit chat a bit, just hang out, and then get going. Um, Also, and I know I mentioned this to those of you who don't know this yet. This Friday, I will have some special guests. My first confirmed guest that I was able to get. The Knuckleheads will be here Friday night, starting at 7. Um, Chrysidia Holmes, aka Crumbion, and Mr. Hop. I will be talking to them about their convention experience, both as uh, attendees and as con runners. So I hope you guys will come back tomorrow night as well, because I'll have stories for you. I'll be looking up stories and looking to talk about stuff on some of the latest releases, what else may be going on in anime news and comics news and all that. Let's see. Hell yeah! Yay! Chris and Mr. Hop. Yep. I visited them on their stream the other day and they reconfirmed that they were very excited to come on the show on Friday. So I'm been thinking about how, what I'm going to ask them. Basically, it's going to be in 3 parts. The first major segment will be the main interview, and I'll be asking them a lot about their convention experiences, both as attendees and as con runners. Somewhat of a retrospect of their experiences. Then we'll do some niche talk. Ask them about some of their favorites in the realms of like anime, cartoons, comics, manga, and pro wrestling, and then do the Nietzsche and history. See if they have any commentary on that as well. So um, yeah, so we have gone beyond the hour mark, and that's good. Um, yeah, so to recap the stories that I that I did tonight. Of course, as you guys know, a number of different animation studios got together to put money into a YouTube channel called Anime Log to provide free streaming for fans. And I know there were some people like Yellow Flash and Hero Hey who believe that this may be, particularly with Toei's involvement now, Toei Animation's involvement now. It was basically flipping the big bird to funny for some of the stuff that they were doing late last year. And then we covered a story was of I guess a Magic the Gathering retailing company taking down some playmats from that had some very suggestive art from No Game No Life that meant that some in the Magic the Gathering community were taking quite a bit of offense to. And then, of course, I also covered the upcoming release from IDW Publishing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica 2, which they said will be coming out in November. So that's the gist of that's more or less the gist of interesting. I wonder what their fave furry is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't plan on asking that, but um all right guys. Well, unless you guys have any questions you'd like to ask me or anything. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, um, there's not much more I can really say. Ha 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 ha. Um, are there any? Is there any questions you guys have? Maybe something you guys want to ask me about, or something you want to know? And it can be from anything: anime, manga. I don't follow manga as much. Pro wrestling, cartoons, comics. Voice. You guys know I know quite a bit about the voice actors too. So, um, so if you guys have any questions or anything, thank you for the stream. Oh, yeah, Mike. Please don't ask that. Laugh out. Please don't ask what. Ask if you guys have any questions. Thank you for the stream. Good stream. Peace out, y'all. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Don't have much more to say, and I guess maybe you guys don't. But thank you all for coming. I hope to see you all tomorrow night, right on time, where we can get right into some stories. Um, Mike, what's your favorite championship belt that W in through W through WWE history? Um, what's my favorite belt? Um, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite championship belt. I mean, there have been some great championship matches over the years, but I don't know if now that I think about it, well, the Golden Eagle belt is, of course, the one I probably saw most growing up. I grew up like in the watching wrestling in the '80s and early '90s. That the Great Eagle belt was the one that was synonymous with that time period. Um, I guess if I do have a favorite, it might be that one. I know a lot of people. I know there are a lot of people like Stone Cold Smoking Skull belt, John Cena's turntable belt. Um, but for me, I'm old school, classic. The Gold Eagle belt is probably the one I'm most familiar with. So, with that, I am going to end the stream here. So I guess I will hope to see you all tomorrow night. And I bid you all a good night. Until we meet again, I will see you then. All right. Bye.